Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. And if you've been watching the Book of Boba Fett, it's getting good. Now, there are some things that are really dividing fans about the Book of Boba Fett. And I think if you see this like Hollywood Reporter article, or you heard what Robert Rodriguez had said, he said there was probably going to be some stuff that's like not Star Wars-ish in the Book of Boba Fett. And I think they kind of knew going in that it might divide people onto what the conversation is going to be. And one of the things that I've been seeing like since Wednesday are these Space Vespas, they call them, right? Everybody's comparing them to the Power Rangers or whatever. But if you know George Lucas and you know that he really is that Central Valley, he did that American Graffiti, which I think this is a total ode to, like souped up motorcycle type thing. I know American Graffiti was like these like souped up 50s cars and stuff, and we've seen that in Star Wars throughout, right? Everybody was upset over the 50s diner that Obi-Wan Kenobi went into, but after you see it, it's kind of a cool concept. Now, we were talking about this yesterday on our live stream, 3 Minute a Monkey Lizard, and we were very divisive about it. Not very divisive, but strong opinions both ways. So one of the things that I'd like to mention here is Mos Espa. And so you got these like colorful, like kind of hover scooters that these kids are driving around on. And I actually think they look really cool and they're a perfect fit. If you think back to that like era of classic cars and these guys going out and cruising and stuff like that, and if you like grew up in an area that was maybe kind of more rural than city, then you may know what I'm talking about. So the thing is, you got like these two different classes. You got those guys that were out in the desert on those like speeders, and when they went into the bar, you know, they were total like, had a rough biker look, and they had like rough outdoor type speeders. These kids have class, right? They class themselves up a little bit, but they're still rebels without a cause, right? So they're gonna dress to the nines, they're gonna like look good, and they want their vehicles to look good too. And I think that just adds to their character. And when we think about Mos Espa, right, we're thinking like there's a spaceport there, they had the Starliner come in. If you remember early on, Boba Fett walked in, they had that pristine like bar kind of casino where they got their first taste of like the money, and the helmets were filled with gold coins. And you know, the mayor there was like lining his pockets. So you know that there's money and there's people coming to this Mos Espa. There's some draw from there, right? They got these kids, you know, they got their, they don't have a lot of money, but they got these like vehicles that they've like taken some pride of ownership with. And they got their cybernetics and stuff like that. And they are really cool in my opinion. So the thing is, do they fit in Mos Espa, and do they fit on this planet? And people would say, like, there's people that say, no way, it doesn't fit. This is a desert planet. They're like sucking water out of the ground or whatever with or the air with the vaporizers and stuff like that. It was the same planet where they had the pod racers, and those pod racers look so cool. And did they fit? Nobody was saying they didn't fit back then because they know they were modding them. They were like hot rods. They understood the whole concept of that. So I say in this city that's like kind of like starting to boom, it's like a boom city. If we think about like Tombstone, right? Wyatt Earp and his brothers come into town, you know, but he's dressed in his nice suit. The carriage pulls up, the people get off, there's dirt on the grounds, and they're still super nicely dressed. There's people coming in, you know, they go to the fancy show and stuff like that, and they had like the nice luggage. There's always going to be, you know, that class, no matter where you go, of people who like want to present themselves in that way. To me, I'm 100% in. I think it's fantastic. When they showed their gusto in that fight scene with Black Chrysanthemum, I thought that was phenomenal. They didn't kick butt or anything, but I think they kind of held their own with the cybernetics they had, and they really showed their loyalty there and what they're willing to do. And one final note. Yeah, it's too bad we didn't get a Black Series Rancor. By all means, Leave me comments. Tell me what you think. If you don't agree with me, perfect. Everybody should have their own opinion. If you do agree with me, leave some comments and let me know that too. Let's just not make Space Vespas the Star Wars divide. Anyways, everybody, thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And as always, have a fantastic day.